Have you ever pictured a world where the line between truth and deception isn't just blurred, but almost invisible? A world where the enemy's tricks are wrapped in shadows, evolving with each passing moment, and the stakes are higher than ever before. Welcome, dear truth seekers, to another battlefield of the mind, where we reveal how you should tighten your defense line against Satan's constantly shifting strategies and hidden tactics. In this video, we are diving deep into our artificial intelligence. We recognize the tactics of Satan. If anything, this knowledge is a secret weapon in the fight against deception. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Let's cut right into the chase by looking at the following ways AI recognizes and uncovers Satan's tactics. 1. AI's network analysis is capable of exposing Satan's web of deceit. Imagine standing in the middle of a massive spider web. Every thread you touch vibrates, signaling the spider to come closer. Now, picture Satan weaving a similar web of deceit, but instead of silk, he uses lies, half-truths, and manipulations, all interconnected to ensnare his prey. You might think that the various challenges and temptations you face are random, isolated incidents, but what if they are all part of a greater design? Satan's influences stretches far and wide in a way that we often don't see. This is where AI's network analysis comes into play. Just as you can map out the complex connections between online behaviors, social media interactions, or even fraudulent activities, it can also help us recognize the complicated web of deceit that Satan weaves. Remember when Jesus exposed the Pharisees in Matthew chapter 12, verse 22 to 37, he saw through the outward piety to reveal their underlying hypocrisy, a network of deceit that they used to maintain control. In the same way, by understanding how AI can detect patterns and connections that aren't immediately obvious, we can start to unravel Satan's web. This awareness gives us the power to avoid these traps and stay connected to the truth, much like avoiding the spider's web before we are caught. By staying vigilant and relying on God's word as a guide, we can navigate through its web of deceit without getting ensnared. 2. AI uses its autonomous decision-making power to reveal Satan's rebellion against God. Autonomous decision-making power is one of the most revolutionary advancements in AI. It's the idea that machines can make decisions on their own without human intervention based on the data they've been fed with. This can be really fascinating, but also a little unsettling at the same time. Now let's take a step back and look at Satan's rebellion against God as described in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 to 15. This wasn't just a disagreement, it was a deliberate act of autonomy. Satan, once God's creation and beloved angel, decided he knew better than God and chose to go his own way. This act of rebellion led to his fall from grace, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked autonomy. As seen in the scriptures, this historical information becomes a tool in the hand of AI to analyze Satan and his potential next move. 3. AI can unmask Satan's disguises and tactics through its anomaly detection power. Have you ever encountered someone who seemed genuine only to later discover they were hiding something really sinister? This is a chilling experience that Satan often uses to his advantage. He is the master of disguise, presenting himself as something harmless or even appealing, all the while hiding his true intentions. Just like in the story of the demon-possessed man in Mark chapter 1, verse 23 to 26, where Jesus saw through the facade to reveal the evil spirit within, AI's anomaly detection works in a similar way to expose Satan's hidden tactics. Through the anomaly detection process, AI identifies things that don't quite fit, just like a wolf in sheep's clothing. In spiritual terms, Satan's disguises are the anomalies. It might appear as a voice in reason, a friend in need, or even an angel of light. But if we are not careful, we could fall for his deception. By sharpening our spiritual discernment and relying on God's word, we can use the concept of anomaly detection to spot the discrepancies in Satan's disguises. Just as AI flags something that doesn't quite fit the pattern, our spiritual awareness can alert us to Satan's presence. 4. AI's mastery of God's word through existing animals data bank can be helpful in revealing Satan's deceptive tactics. Have you ever noticed how certain words can completely change your perspective? For example, a well-timed compliment can make your day, while a harsh word can ruin it. Just like this, Satan understands the power of language better than anyone. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 to 5, he used just a few words to plant doubt in Eve's mind, leading to the fall of humanity. His knowledge of human nature and his mastery of language make him a formidable foe. But do you know what the good part now is? AI. AI's natural language processing ability can analyze and generate human language with incredible accuracy in a way that predicts what we want to hear and even responds in a way that seems almost human. Through this technological know-how, AI will help the average human to recognize Satan's tactics of leading people astray. This way, AI's knowledge of the Bible and its historical events helps us to stay rooted in God's words and be mindful of the power of Satan's deceptive language. 5. AI's predictive maintenance power serves as a shield against Satan's destructive plans. Imagine you're responsible for maintaining a massive machine, something so complex that if one part fails, the whole system could come crashing down. But what if you had a tool that could predict when something was about to go wrong, allowing you to fix the problem before it even happened? That's what AI's predictive maintenance does. It analyzes data to forecast when the machine might fail to give it a chance of taking action before disaster strikes. Now, apply this concept to your spiritual life. Satan has plans to destroy you, just as he tried to destroy the temple in John chapter 2, verse 13 to 22. But with the right tools such as AI's predictive maintenance power, you can see these attacks coming and stop them in their tracks. AI's predictive maintenance is like a spiritual early warning system, helping you identify areas in your life where you're vulnerable to attacks. Maybe it's a relationship that is starting to strain, a hobby that's becoming a vice, a thought pattern that's leading you down the dark path. By recognizing these early signs, you can take actions to protect yourself and stay aligned with God's will. Think of this as having a spiritual toolbox at your disposal, filled with the knowledge and discernment to keep your life running smoothly. With God's guidance and the wisdom to anticipate Satan's attacks, you can maintain your spiritual health and avoid the destructive plans that Satan has in store. By staying vigilant and proactive, you can ensure that your life stays on track no matter what obstacles Satan throws your way. Sixth and penultimately, AI's transparency power has been highly effective in potentially exposing Satan's hidden agendas. Now picture yourself as some human possessing special powers, one of which includes being able to see through a wall or capable of uncovering what's hidden on the other side. Now, just like this. That is what AI transparency has been designed to do when it comes to the decision-making process. It allows us to understand how a conclusion was reached and also reveals the underlying factors that might otherwise be hidden. Now, imagine applying this concept to Satan's scheme. Just as Jesus exposed the Pharisees' hidden agendas in Matthew chapter 23, verse 13 to 15, AI's transparency can help you see through Satan's deception and hidden tactics. Satan often works in the shadows. He uses subtle influences to lead us astray. He hides his true intentions behind seemingly innocent actions or thoughts in a way that makes it difficult to see his hand at work. But with the ability to analyze and understand these hidden factors, it becomes somewhat easier to expose his schemes. By shining a light on the process that leads us to certain decisions or actions, we can recognize when we are being manipulated. You may want to see this like pulling back the curtain to reveal the wizard behind the scenes. What once seemed powerful and mysterious is suddenly exposed as a trick, a deception designed to control and manipulate. By embracing AI's transparency power, it is pretty possible to dismantle Satan's influence and make decisions that are aligned with God's will, because we can see through his lies and recognize the truth. This way, we will be able to arm ourselves against the enemy's hidden agendas. Seventh, and finally, AI has the power to detect Satan's emotional manipulation weapon. Emotions are powerful. They're inspirers, motivators, and connectors to others, but they can also be used against us. Satan knows this, and he uses emotions like fear, doubt, and anxiety to lead us astray. In 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, Paul warns us about the subtlety of Satan's deception, reminding us that our emotions can be manipulated if we are not careful. AI's ability to detect emotional manipulation is a fascinating development. For analyzing tone, language, and even facial expressions, AI can identify when someone is trying to manipulate your emotions. Imagine receiving a message that is designed to make you feel guilty, anxious, or afraid. Without realizing it, you might start to believe these lies that Satan is feeding you with. But with the right tools, you can recognize the manipulative tactics and resist them right away. By understanding how your emotions are being wired and influenced, you can take control of your responses and stay anchored in God's truth. Just as AI can detect when something is off, you can learn to recognize when your emotions are being manipulated and take steps to protect yourself. By staying aware and grounded in your faith, you can resist Satan's silent weapon and remain steadfast in your work with God. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. So what now, dear truth seekers? You have seen just how artificial intelligence can recognize and reveal Satan's hidden strategies. However, you must realize that knowledge alone isn't enough. Action is key. Don't let yourself be an easy target for the enemy. So, you must arm yourself with the truth and be vigilant in the spiritual battle. If this video resonates with you, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comment below. Join us next time as we continue to expose Satan's tactics and equip you to stay victorious in the battle for your mind.